This is CBeebies on YouTube. Find even more fun and games for your child at the CBeebies website.
The following content is intended for our CBeebies Grown-ups audience.
Drury is a construct in Mary's mind, and it doesn't exist anywhere. It's a kind of hybrid of where she lived in Coll and various other islands in Jura, and it's certainly a softer environment than the one in Lewis.
I came down the Sittle Brae and this beautifully recreated Isle of Struy shop and post office, and a house that wasn't lived in, you know, but it had been so accurately reproduced. At one point I had to, well, turn away, because I really was starting to cry, because here was this very core of all the Katie Morag stories.
Many wise people were saying, look, just film it in Dumbarton and then for 3 weeks on an island somewhere, and that'll be fine, and you can recreate it. But we thought, well, you wouldn't get the atmosphere then that you would if you filmed it in Lewis. It was magical the way it worked out, and the friendliness and the excitement and the buzz that there was in Lewis. It was lovely.
The first day of the shoot, at 8 o'clock in the morning, on a cold, miserable, windy day, I learnt how to drive a tractor, which is something I didn't ever anticipate in my life. The tractor is called the Old Grey Lady, which I can relate to.
I'm Jill Campbell, Cherry's mum.
I'm David, and I'm Cherry's dad. I'd seen the piece in one of the newspapers, and I'd said, well, you know, the right colour of hair, the right age group, Lewis, and Cherry knew the book, so I thought, oh well, I'd have to put something in there. So I just went off and applied, and then Jill separately. Yeah,
I heard about it through a friend who'd seen it and said, oh, you're not going to put Cherry in for that, and got some more information about it, and I thought, oh, I think I should. And then it turned out that David and I both independently put in a wee letter at the same time, didn't we, about it?
The casting director interviewed lots of little red-haired girls, and the lovely thing is she is red-haired, you know, there's no wig or anything. What I think Cherry has got more than anything is this mobile face, which actually does convey the Katie Morag character, because I always saw Katie Morag as the child in an adult world, of course, but she's always watching adults, Katie Morag, and that little girl is a perfect actress at that very thing.
She had done no acting before. She is sweet and feisty and funny and just very special, and I think when somebody has that something that's difficult to define, it's so exciting. Lindy wasn't on location all the time, and I would ring her up and just say, that child is extraordinary, and she is completely extraordinary.
Don and I brought our children up in the Highlands, and we always say that living where we did, our children kind of had like a 1950s childhood almost, that kind of old-fashioned way of they go out to play and they come back at the end of the day, and you don't really know where they are or what they're getting up to, but you know that they're fine and they're safe and that there's a whole town looking after them. Katie Morag lives in a more extreme version of that, really. It's a tiny little island with a very small population, and she is a free child.
Of course you can!
We always went up to Ardguy for our holidays, stayed with my granny. She had chickens and she grew her own tatties and carrots and things. I loved going up there, and I felt very comfortable when I was a child up there. And there's something very freeing about being outside with animals and in the open air, especially up here. It's just incomparable.
I've always felt very at home in this environment. The lifestyle that Katie Morag has, where she's got quite a free rein to run around and be herself, I had that a lot when I was growing up on Iona.
She gets to go off and she gets to wander, and I think even kids that maybe live in the city centres where you can't just run off down a street, you know, you have to hold your mum's hand, otherwise you're going to get lost. These are issues that she doesn't have in Struy. Seeks out adventure every single day. So yeah, she'll be the envy of many kids.
Find out when we add new clips and build a playlist especially for your child by subscribing for free to the CBeebies YouTube channel.